we're going to do a new frame on what was done with the dressing. And I had one innovation, but my patient had another innovation that helps create the seal. The toe interspaces are always where you get gapping. So with this wound dressing, what we're going to do instead is orientate it. And how did you discover this? To just tell us what trial and error?
Reduce the surface area.
Yeah,
so that the only exposure to the toe gaps is here.
Yeah.
Instead of all the way across.
So he did it at an oblique angle, and the other innovation I did is I just cut some gaps in for the reinforcement dressing on the toes. Now let me ask you this: did you notice a gap seal that broke, and that's why you led to this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So even when he left the clinic, it worked for a while, but with walking and pistoning, you can get some loosening, and that's natural. You know, friction can create that. We have him in a nice offloader boot. This is called the Defender. It actually does even better than a cam boot. Cam boots really weren't designed for offloading wounds, so there are better products available, and you know, you can reach out you know, with comments, and I can provide how to get these things. So we are now at week 6. We're going to break it down, and we'll take a look at it next. So I'm just lightly debriding this wound to get the superficial fibrous tissue off. Then I'm going to dipstick it to get our depth. So last time we were at 1 centimeter depth, and this time on our little oil dipstick for the wound, I'm going to call that 3 millimeters, between 2.5 and 3 millimeters. So that's significant. I mean, and that is the magic of the negative pressure. In terms of what we had before, I think we were at 1.1, something like that. And we are now at, let's width here, and that looks like about yeah, that's about 0.4 centimeters or 4 millimeters by, and so the length is the one that dimension hasn't changed as much. It looks like the length is roughly about 2.1, about where it was. So it's contracting this way, and then from the bottom up, which is good. So that's what we want to see. I'm encouraged by this. He did one in the interim, and that was because the fluid and exudate was so robust that he needed a second one in the interim, and that is part of the adjunct protocols that can be done. We're going to put another one on and just point out a couple little tips that will create a better seal along the way.